Good morning, America, and good morning, whomever, wherever you are on this big planet. Again, thank you for watching these entertaining educational videos of mine. Let's start with the good news. The TVs are set for the TV cruise. They're going to be in my house on September 14th and 15th. We are going to do a new series on Nostradamus divine astrology. Actually, it would be a series if I would be making a lot of videos, but it's going to be just a show, one hour, 60-minute or so show, like I did on my other UFO program. So this program will, like the other show, also translated from English to French, Spanish, Japanese, and maybe Chinese later on. So again, I want to thank you. I want to take this opportunity to thank you warmly from the bottom of my heart for all the people that gave me so many 5 stars. That's really, really appreciated. Okay, another thing. As you all know, I'm booked all the way to, I don't even want to think about it, probably January next year. So I have decided to do something to those of you who are impatient, or those of you who are a little bit shy. You know, I am a public person, but Taranya, my wife, is completely entirely the opposite of me. She's very shy. She doesn't like anybody or anything to look at her. And even to drag her doing some videos with me is a tough one. She's that way. So I understand that many of you out there either don't know the technology, they don't want to download Zoom or anything else for that matter. And they'd rather be, stay private. So even though that I am beautiful and I'm shining, yes, Dr. Terry, my set are set, like my good friend George, Noory, or Tom, to delegate with the public with ease. That's the way our chart, our UCI, unique celestial identity, is designed. But a lot of you are not. So I have decided to make a beautiful top of the line Zoom video that I will compress. Okay, and all you have to do once you have passed your order is to go to your email. No downloading, no technology, very much privacy. All you're going to see is Dr. Cherry's face elaborating on your UCI, elaborating on your legacy, elaborating on your cosmic identity and what your fate, what your stars, good and bad, are going to be doing to you for the next 3 or 4 years ahead of you. So if you have already ordered and you're in line, you might as well stay where you are. But if you want to be served a little bit faster and you don't want to be, again, you want to keep your privacy because you're shy, you're insecure about your physics, I don't know, then go that way. So that means I'm going to make another video after this one. And I'm going to explain a lot of things because people are always asking me, Dr. Terry, what is it that you do? What is Nostradamus astrology? Can you give me some details? So I decided to do this to make it easy for people to understand why knocking at my door and understand how they stand under the stars, okay, is the right way to go. So this being said, today, this newsletter is going to be probably creating some discussion out there, especially with the coast to coast, the AM crowd, which are very beautiful people. Okay, now I want you to understand before anything that this video is not designed to hurt the integrity of the people that I love and the people that I respect. George and Tom are very close friends of mine. I've been working with them for years, and I can't only thank you for all they did for me, because without Coast to Coast and George and Tom, I would be nowhere. And that includes also, of course, my movie. If it wasn't for Tom Deinheiser, George Noory producer, my movie which is so spectacular, phenomenal in terms of remarkable responses of my UFOs experiences, he would not exist. So thank you, Tom. If you watch my video, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for what you did for me. Remember, you lose a friend, you lose a wish. That's why it's critical for you, regardless of what a family member or a friend does to you, to the limit, of course. Do everything you can to keep that person, because I'm telling you one again, if you don't socialize and if you don't have friends, your wish will never take place. So the title, of course, September 2020, SOS to the World Warning. We're going to approach that later on. And then George Noory, Coast to Coast AM radio predictions. Okay, now, you know, my work is all about the truth. And sometimes the truth is vexing. And even George, I remember on the air, George says to me, the way you're pretty direct, you're very honest in your prediction. I say, yeah, that's the way I am. So one more reason, of course, for George and Tom to think twice, you know, before bringing me to their very beautiful, phenomenal, very, very successful show all over the world. But what I'm going to say, okay, and I ain't going to compromise with the truth. And you shouldn't expect less than that with Dr. Cherry, the truth, the undiluted, vexing truth. Now, back in January 2020, I was approached by Tom. And he says, Louis, I want to start a spiritual awakening series in Los Angeles. So would you be interested to jump on the opportunity, knowing that, of course, Tom's Dragon's Head in Capricorn is in my 11th house of wishes and friends, which is naturally he will endorse and support my wishes. So I said, okay, I'm going to do that. And then I went to do my first show with him. It was literally a success. With all the people that were invited at the end of my presentation, wanted more and more and more. And I was pretty excited knowing that I was doing a good job. And I brought my artwork. I got a lot of celestial artwork that I use to teach the medical astrology of Nostradamus. I teach anything and everything to do with every stars and every planet. I will explain that in my next video, by the way. And the response was just phenomenal. And bringing people on stage, educating them, reading them, shocking them, doing what I do best. So I knew it was going to be great and it was going to be very successful. So I start to advertise those series, but I also check at the stars. And then I realized that with the tail of the dragon that was about to move into the sign of Sagittarius, it would affect my career as a Pisces, like Tom. Tom is also a Pisces. The tail of the dragon is our career area, our public standing, so to speak. So I decided after 4 months advertising, I said, this is not going to take place. It will not take place. So I literally stopped advertising. And of course, Tom, who was reading my newsletter, realized that I stopped the advertisement. He talked to me on the phone and he agreed with me. And that was it. I stopped because I knew better. And then the next thing I know, they started to promote their own public appearances like they always do, okay, which is nothing unusual. And then I was listening to them. As you know, I've decided to drive a truck for FedEx, helping my friends in New York and those in needs. Physically and spiritually, I will always do my best to help society because that's the way I am. It keeps me young, it keeps me healthy, and the job makes a lot of money, so why not? So knowing that a lot of people don't have a job, I'm lucky to have a job. And I knew better when the dragon was going to move in Gemini, which is all about communication, radio, transportation, anything and everything to do with the messengers of the gods. I knew that I would be affected. So I decided to take all my license ahead of time, preparing for and adapting to this dragon, because I knew my career would have to be restructured somewhere, somehow. And then as I was listening to George and Tom constantly advertising their show, I thought, Gee, how I felt so many times. I'm going to call Tom and I'm going to tell him, Tom, you know, the tail of the dragon is on your career area. And George is a Gemini. I mean, the tail of the dragon is right on his seventh house. Seventh house is the public. It's singing, he's dancing, he's doing what he does best because he's an artist. And how am I going to say to him, guys, this is not going to happen. This is not going to happen. So I didn't want to interfere, but I realized since October, when I made the prediction of the fire in Australia that would destroy a lot of wildlife, and I was right as usual, I realized why they did not invite me on their show since COVID-19 hit early January this year. So I was wondering, they have all these people, they know I am one of the top predictor in their program. Why don't they invite me? Now it dawned on me. I said, well, that's why. It's common sense. You know, they do not want to have a conflict of interest. They don't want Dr. Turi to say, you know what, guys, I hope that your show will take place, but the chance of it taking place will never happen. And then I don't think they would have liked that. That would have the counterproductive to what they wanted to do. And then I made a video, which is, the link is on the newsletter. Just click on the link once you're done, as always, and read all the details, because there is a lot of stuff on that newsletter. And on that video, before they made this sad announcement that they would not be doing their conferences, I actually predicted it again. I just said it. I said, George, well, the best thing to do is for you to go into a certain amount of minutes. It's in there. You have all the detail. Just push that video to the moment towards the end of that, when I do the forecast for Gemini, and then listen to me literally talking to George and Tom. And then that was, again, before they finally decided to, they were told that this would not happen for health reasons. So I am not, again, boosting my ego here, okay? Be aware that I want to help those that I care the most. And very often, people that I care the most don't want to hear what I have to say. Because, again, if I tell them, well, that's not going to happen, the tail of the dragon is on your career, or on your seventh house facing the public, I mean, how do you think they would react? They wouldn't like that. But now that it's said and done, and was proven right again by the stars, that's why I just made this video. And this is why I give you all the details in the newsletter, because I don't make anything up. My aim here is to warn George Noory. And he knows more than I do as far as the broadcasting industry is concerned, but I can only go from what I know best, the stars. The tail of the dragon in Sagittarius rules foreigners, foreign land, the laws, our university and colleges. There is a big, huge cross. There is a big mess going on with the tail of the dragon. The head is in Gemini on George, which means he has a complete and entire restructure taking place. And then next year, in a few months from now, that's when the tail of the dragon will enter George's sixth house of work and health. And remember, George is a Gemini, like Art Bell. That's why there is no accident for them to be on the air as messengers of the gods. But also we have another very famous Gemini. He's called President Trump. The tail of the dragon is going to be moving on the house of work, on the house of health of our president, and on George. So if you're born in December, like many famous people, including John Hogue, which, by the way, never predicted it. He was invited on their conferences, and I never said anything because I knew it was not going to take place. So I just waited patiently for the stars to finally unfold the truth. But he's supposed to be the expert on Nostradamus. He never saw it. I did. So that's truth. That's why you have to understand the difference between what's real and what's not. There is only a very thin hair between divine cosmic information and pure imagination. You may look like Elvis Presley or anybody else for that matter. Oh, Michael Jackson. You ain't going to sing and dance like him. You know, in many, many ways, understand what I'm all about. So as far as Trump and George are concerned, there is a complete restructure of their work and service to the world, and the entire broadcasting industry, the entire driving industry is going to be completely reevaluated and restructured. Now, again, had you listened to my videos for the last few months, I said many, many times what's happening right now with George and Tom in Coast to Coast. But, you know, they are very busy, like all of you. All of us, you have a life. You don't necessarily have the time to sit and listen to my YouTube video and watch the future unfolding each time I say something. Okay, so basically, all I'm trying to do here is to help those I care the most. And I consider Tom and George my best friend. And then there we are. This is what it is. Now imagine that. I don't know how many of you have heard of Victoria. She's the president of Contact in the Desert. And she had some partners involved with her in doing one of the most phenomenal, successful UFO conference in the United States, if not the world. You know, when Victoria sat in front of me over a year ago, I told her, Victoria, be ready for a full restructure of your home, your security, and your career. Imagine how Victoria feels today about the tremendous mess that we are all in involving our career and our endeavors because of COVID-19. I did not know anything about COVID-19 last year in May, but the stars did not lie to me. I didn't know the impact, the effect, the seriousness, the gravity of the situation. But I knew that those born in September, and she was born in September, will be forced to restructure their home, their family's nucleus, and of course, their career. Exactly what's happening with Pisces, with Tom and I. So the good news, as far as I'm concerned, is she was warned. Did she pay attention or not? I don't know. And that's how it is. I'm a little bit upset because after all I did for her, she never invited me to speak because she does not know me, or she didn't think I, had something to offer as far as UFOs are concerned. But, there is a God. And now I am in Amazon Prime, and 125 million people have access to my alien contactee movies, which is doing, again, phenomenal. So once everything is back together, if everything goes back together, my dear friends, I hope to be back on the stage again and be invited and go back normal. What is normal nowadays? I don't know anymore, but I do have 7 UFOs experiences, and a lot of wisdom to pass on to all of you, my friends. So looking at some of the news today, a new published study notes that the moon is rusting and leaves the experts, what I call the educated idiots, perplexed by the discovery. And I'm telling you, my friend, the moon is much more than a dead rock hanging out there for the sake of beauty, or for the scientists to be left perplexed because she's rusting. No, the moon controls your emotional response to life. The word lunatic, moody, and crabby is a reflection, a subconscious reaction to the power of our closed satellites affecting our psyche. In time of a full moon, people become lunatic, moody, crabby, crazy. And that's where the reptilians jump in and stimulate your emotion negatively, turn you into a killer, or worse, ending up killing everybody and killing yourself. What else do we have? Chatbots are becoming uncanny human. Can they be our friends? The reptilians, as I told you many times, will stimulate the mind of a scientist to create destructive, negative technology, nukes, viruses, new weaponry, God knows what, just to kill us even better. Okay, these are stimulated by the reptilians, this negativity. And remember, they cannot survive in dark matter without your fear, without chaos, without trouble. They're like fleas on a dog. They need your fears. Okay, now the Draconis, the progressive, the benevolent group of extraterrestrials, the gardeners of this world, as I call them, are doing completely the opposites. They are there to produce technology that help us to navigate, to visit our solar system using little robots. They are there to produce technology that get your heart back working together. There is all sorts of beautiful things that the extraterrestrials are doing. Now there is, I don't know how many names have been created to classify the extraterrestrials. Some have wings, some don't. Falling angel, guardian angel, whatever imagination has created those extraterrestrials. And a lot of people don't understand that there is only two groups, the good one and the bad one. Be objective in delegating the divine, the stars or extraterrestrials, because they're already in your head, put it this way. Okay, when I say they are in your head, you're not born with them, but they have an uncanny ability to, as they are all cosmic conscious, to use the moon fluctuations, to use the planet, to use my nasty negative window to induce more stress, more mess, more chaos, more drama, more trauma into our lives. Now, as you know, the Galactic Federation of Grand Cosmic Order is very clear. No extraterrestrials must interfere with the human's affair. But again, sometimes they have to, they are forced to, not the reptilians, they don't care, they're unlawful, they don't give a damn, they do it all the time. But the Draconis, per se, I wouldn't say the word hijack, that's more for the reptilians, but abduct people like me for a very specific purpose, giving them information or downloading cosmic secret to help humanity to raise to a higher level of psychical awareness. All right, now, the last window was pretty shocking. I mean, all the news reflecting my quatrain and passwords are undeniable. And you have the link if you did not, okay? Or even if you did, go back and again, because I always improve or upgrade my newsletter with different news. All right, but currently the window is now Plutonic, and it's all about death, secret, drama, ugly face of death, drama, or surface part of my quatrain here. Keywords are Russia, famous death, secret to light, wake up call, FBI, and so forth. So what is going on now? And remember, during this window, which is the most powerful negative destructive window you can have, a Plutonic window, that's where the reptilians reign supreme, okay? Anything you say, anything you do will follow you for the rest of your life, for good or for worse. Okay, Putin critics, he will use every trick in the book to help Trump, his assets, win the election. The word Russia is the first word that I used in my keywords. Remember, Trump is a businessman. He has millions, billions invested, not only in Russia. So it's important for him to be good friend with Putin because he has a lot of money invested there. But again, you know, a lot of people are aware of that, and the secret comes to light during this window. So A is the first one involving Russia and our president. The second one, during a 2018 trip to France, the president used derogatory and crude terms to refer to fallen soldier, a former senior administration official confirmed. That's a wake-up call for President Trump. That is secret to light. Or you're going to say, oh, no, that's all made up. It's fake news. Do you remember how we treated the Arizona governor, which is now passed? If you can do it to him, do you think he would not doing it for people that are dead? Trump is a man of extreme wealth. Everything about him is gold. Everything about him is beauty, power. What the hell do you think he wants to go to a cemetery? He is set by the stars to reject anything that is dirty, anything that is below him, anything that is death, anything that is dirt, and anything that is involving cemetery. So every excuses will be there coming from his heart. And anything that is in his heart or his head comes out through his mouth. We know how presidents, okay? So I don't blame President Trump for anything at all if you support our president, and you should, okay? But don't blame or don't kill the messengers when I explain his stars to you. Say thank you, Dr. Cherry, for waking me up to the cosmic conception of our president. So if he was able to say that to somebody that just died, okay, Keynes, Governor Keynes, and then create so much chaos. I'm giving you the explanation to why. Naturally, he doesn't want to go to anything that is dark, anything that is dirt, death, anything that is below his humongous ego. That's just what it is. It's the stars. And we all have inherited our stars, good and bad. Remember the rules: up and down, black and white, the front, the back, God, devil, the yin and yang, the 2 eyes, 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 sides of the brain, the reptilians, the draconians. Remember the rules. Our president is like you and I, victimized by his stars, which have been manipulated by the reptilians. Of course, he's no cosmic conscious. He doesn't know. And it's not his daughter, which is going to help him to realize this fact. All right, what else do we have? In book, 10-year-old book, Michael Cohen says Trump hired a faux Obama during White House run. Okay, if you want to know the detail, click on the links. All links are live, but all I'm trying to pass on to you, it's secret to light. Doesn't matter. Don't get into the physical, rational, 5 limited human sense to delegate something that you read, see, and sign up for any conspiracy. Upgrade to the universal code. See things how they are through cosmic wisdom, through your third eye, and try and realize that I am not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican, I'm an astrologer, I can't vote, I'm French, I don't care. If you like or don't like Trump, Clinton, whomever, understand that that's not my goal. My goal is coming from the heart to help you to raise above the mess we are in, because our leaders who are in charge of our destiny are not cosmic conscious. And when you're not cosmic conscious and you do not know yourself, all you can do is just become a robot of your stars, which are manipulated by nasty entities. And as I said, in the future, you won't elect somebody because he's a rap singer or a famous TV head like Trump, or a famous actor who has a lot of money or land on money or was inherited money. No, in the future, during the age of Aquarius, people will have reached my level of cosmic awareness and will elect president to have the right stars to help their own countries. But, you know, I'm ahead, well ahead of many people who cannot conceive what I'm trying to say and will harass me with their political or religious beliefs. Politics and religion are what creates animosity, what creates hell in this world. But sad enough, it is part of our system. All right. Woman comes forward with new detail on Carol Baskin dead husband, secret to light. Pamela Anderson dating a security guard month after split from John Peters, secret to light. I mean, you know, Pamela Anderson is a beautiful woman, very attractive. There's not many people around her because you have these, the only guy that close to her is the bodyguard. And then there's a chemistry. Oh, he happens to be the right guy at the right place, the right time. He has the chemistry. He end up with Pamela. Ain't gonna be you or me. Understand how it works. All right. Rose McGowan pledged to expose director she accused of misbehavior when she was 15. Again, secret to light and sex. What else? Woman 74 punched in the face, robbed by a group of teens. This is dramatic. This is terrible. You know those kids? Look at them on the video. Doesn't matter if they're black, white, or yellow, or green for that matter. They have no education. The government did not invest in those kids, offering them the option to learn something, to learn a trade. Remember me, when I came in this country in 1984, okay, my government spent 6 months on me in France and gave me the opportunity when I came in this country to make $65 an hour because I had a trade that was in demand in my engineering background. If not, when I arrived in this country with only 50 bucks in my pocket, okay, what could I do to survive? Beat an old lady in the back of the head and grab a purse like those kids are doing? Education, my friend. You need to invest in your children, because regardless of how ugly and evil those 15 or 19-year-old kids are, once upon a time they were innocent, vulnerable children, and nobody has invested in their spirit or their education. All they are left now to do is crimes. It doesn't take a brain surgeon to realize that America is not taking care of the kids. So what do? It's easier for them to grab a gun than to do anything to better themselves. Now they're going to sell drugs, they're going to join a gang, they are manipulated by the reptilians, and they are so vulnerable. This is why I made a video a long time ago with George Noory, where when I told George how critical it is to invest in the education of our children. Now, unless your husband, your grandmother, your grandfather, your brothers and sisters works together to help your family, you're never going to be able to send your kids to college, because it costs a fortune. That's not right. It is not right. You don't have to work 3 jobs to survive. That's wrong. Okay? It's completely and entirely wrong. And then the result is right in front of your face. Those kids are going berserk. They're all manipulated and infected by the reptilians. And it's going to get much worse. Sad enough. Manhunt for lone suspect in UK stabbing after 1 killed and 7 injured in Birmingham. At least this sucker doesn't have access to gun over there. It's against the law. But you're talking about all the reptilians guy who lost it. Okay, drink, drugs, God knows what. And start to kill everybody. Like I always says, if you get infected, you're going to get a gun, you're going to get a knife, you're going to get a car, you're going to get anything, and you're going to try to kill, and then you want to be killed. It's sad, but that's a phenomenon that is taking place, something that our educated idiots, the educational system, the government, and the 99.9% of humanity is not aware of. But a result are plain to see, my friend. It's dramatic. Alabama gunfire at Bass Pro Shop store result in 2 arrests and officer injured. Again, the reptilians infected. Ego is on the way. Excuses are endless. Wear a mask. Don't wear a mask. You step on my foot. You park on my space. Anything is good nowadays to kill others. There is billions and billions of dollars that are wasted to learn how to kill. To learn how to make more discovery, more technology to kill in mass. Okay, technology to be used to create coronavirus. Where are the school of love? Where is my astrological school that will help those children of the future to realize what I'm talking about and start to go in the right direction? Right now, it's going in a spiral. It's going fast. Rihanna emerged with bruised face after scooter accident. Well, she may be rich and famous, but she does know nothing about a negative cosmic paradigm. So, she was driving a little scooter, and all of a sudden, shocking! This guy just cut her off, and bang! Oh, well, she got bruised. She's lucky. Okay, she's lucky. But this is how people die when they are not cosmic conscious, during my negative cosmic biorhythm, and during those nasty, deadly, plutonic or shocking windows. Belgian actress singer Annie Cordy dies at 92, famous death, at least 92 years old. I hope I make it to 110 so I can help all of you. That's why I want to stay alive a long way, because it's going to take a long time to reach many of you and turn everything around. Raw power challenges police, deadly villain. This is part of my quatrain. 100 nights and counting. Portland riot continue with no end in sight. Taxing city. Again, the police are the ones who should know all that I know and all that my students have mastered after 1 week with me. They should know that it is not going to be a normal day out there. The reptilians infected losers who strive. The generation of kids born with Pluto and Scorpio, the Death Wish generation, strive with drama, with death, with chaos, with disruption, with blood. It is the way it is, and they are the easiest target for the reptilians. They are the leaders of this mad dance of evil. And do you think is going to stop. When the tail of the dragon in a few months from now is going to hit the deadliest, most powerful sign of the zodiac, Scorpio, which happens to be ruled by Pluto, which happens to be the base of the reptilians. This is very, very serious. If you think we are experiencing trouble now, my friend, I tell you again, be prepared. You better be prepared for what's next. And how am I going to pass on this dramatic type of information without leading you to blow up your head with so much negativity? I have to be very cautious when I write my 2021, but I'll do my best, because regardless of what is thrown at us, it is a karmic work that the United States and all the people of the world have to experience. What else do we have? Boat participating in a Trump support parade sink in Texas. Well, you know what? You better pay attention to omens. That is an omen, a very serious omen for the Trump administration. It tells you how crazy people are, what they are able to do because of their fears, of their beliefs, or their stars manipulated by the reptilians. I'm telling you one more time, Trump has absolutely no chance to get reelected unless, again, their friends, Putin, the Russians, interfere like they did in 2016. And I predict it all, regardless of the conspiracy that you believe or don't believe. That's why you can't harass me, because I am not coming from your rational sense. I'm coming from the archetypal realm of supracosmic consciousness. I'm coming from the cosmic code, the stars, where I see a little bit better than you and warning you in the process, my good friends. Former FBI agent called Trump a national security threat in his new book. The word FBI is part of the keywords. And again, when I made those windows early this month, so every month we're doing this. I don't know all this. I don't predict anything, my friend. I just translate those cosmic windows for your benefit. And that's why it's important for you to show your support, to join the Cosmic Code, to become a Patreon, help Dr. Thury's mission, because you know, it will take you a certain time before you realize how critical it is to help me. And then you know what? The draconists are there. They're helping me already. When everybody dumped Dr. Thury because he doesn't have enough about UFO to give us, all these egocentric UFO conference promoter who only thinks about this, only money and the numbers. They don't care about the real thing. Okay, they don't want to know. Okay. Even with them trashing me now, I am all over the world through Amazon Prime. And then to make the situation even better, the draconists now are bringing the TV crew again in my house on the 14th and the 14th to make a video on Nostradamus divine astrology. So I'm already in my way. Now I'm asking you to help me to make it happen before and while we can. Help me to pass on my messages. And then if they call you a cuckoo, a lunatic, astrology, pseudoscience, or you're an imbecile, an idiot to follow Dr. Thury, so be it. Because that's the price I had to pay all my life for those idiots who did not believe in extraterrestrials, who do not understand God's cosmic design and refuse to understand the creators and how he speaks to us through the signs. That's where we are, my good friends. All right, so as always, you also have now a link. It's free. If you don't have a Amazon Prime account, now you can watch my movie for free. And all I'm asking you is say, hey, Dr. Thury has something interesting to say about UFO that has never been conceived before. So share this, share it, help me to promote the new age of Aquarius, the age of unification, the age of cosmic consciousness, the age of love and light, respect, and cosmic education, the age that will bring our space brother into our reality. Because at the end, this is what it comes down to, my friends. Our future is nothing else than the reincarnation of all our thoughts. And regardless of where the hell we're in today, regardless of the karma this country and every human being have to pay, the higher order has been passed. And you need to remember, we are where we are because our negative thoughts, manipulated by nasty, nasty entity that lives in dark matter. Something, again, that the scientific community and the normal people will never, ever be able to accept or assimilate. But you get it from me. All right. So here we are. Okay. So be positive. Today is holiday. Okay. A lot of people are going to completely and entirely ignore that coronavirus is real. They will not take it seriously because they do not want to believe. They have the fear. I don't want anything to change. I don't want to adapt to what's going on. So they'd rather ignore through conspiracy the reality of this deadly disease, which is going to kill so many more people. So be cautious, be smart, cover your face, keep your distance, wash your hand, do whatever the scientific community is asking you to do, and use common sense. Okay? You believe or you don't, doesn't matter. Don't think about yourself. Think about others. And if they see you with a mask, they'll feel, some people will feel more secure, and they won't start a war with you, especially if they are drunk, they are high, or they are reptilians infected. You don't need to end in one of these millions of fights that already took place and the many ones that are going to come into the future. So here we are, my friend. I'm not going to see you for a few days. So this is a very long video. This is also a very long newsletter with a lot of details. Please go and read the details. And then God bless all of you. Rihanna and I, we're working with you, for you. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for watching our videos, and God bless all of you. Now stand up for the other one, which will come whenever I have a chance to produce it. God bless all of you. Bye-bye.